Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Brandon from. Oh, my focus was off. It is Brandon from Audio Addiction. Thank you for hanging. Thanks for chilling. If you're new here, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Tonight we're gonna be doing Taeyeon. We did cover Girls' Generation quite a bit of time ago, but a lot of people have been asking for me to do Taeyeon uh, as a collective. So we'll be diving into her discography, which I'm stoked about. I've listened to some of them already because Taeyeon is my bias in Girls' Generation. So um, we'll be covering that. So I'm stoked. Thanks for hanging. If you're new, Discord link is always pinned at the top. If you want to join uh, the Discord, that'd be really sick. So thanks for hanging. Uh, I don't know what else. Sarah says, "Hey y'all, I'm getting nervous. Gonna meet my hot." Best of luck, Sarah. That's awesome. No Santa, fire emojis. Unhi, hello. Thanks for hanging. I shout outs to my partner. She got me the Stray Kids shirt from DC here, with like the fucking tramp stamp logo on the back. I don't know why, but hey, it is what it is. And to be engulfed in the memory, I also got the poster. So very sick. That was my quick Stray Kids merch haul plug. So Sally, hello. No Sarah says, and everyone thank No Santa for bullying Brandon into this. Yes, slight, just a little. Um No Santa says, sorry your concert wasn't 100%, but hope you still have fun. I have comments about it. Like I said, it was to put it lightly, it was a very interesting experience. Um, I feel like to me it was definitely a wild experience. Like I guess a TLDR, it was like 100+ degrees out, and we were in the highest stands. And I'm pretty sure, from what I know and what my partner and her friend was telling me, was that they like canceled they had 9 other songs that they had to play, and they canceled like 9 other songs on that set list. So there's just like a multitude of people passing out. So if you are going to the show, or you're going to a show and it's hot, please hydrate. That's all I ask, is hydrate, because it is imperative on hot days that you stay hydrated. They're not going to go anywhere. Just please take care of yourself. It's important. So that is my PSA to anybody who goes to summer concerts this year. Make sure to stay hydrated. It's important. It's important. So Uni says, hype, Jazz, hello. Thanks for hanging. Appreciate it. Yeah. So very cool. That's enough of my sob story. If you would like me to rant more, maybe I'll do it in the Discord. But it was, like I said, it was an experience that I don't think I'll forget, especially for the first boy group I've gone to see. The performance by itself was incredible. They did a fantastic job, all things considered. So, um, Sarah says yes. I want to hear all the tea eventually. I will spill the tea. It is not that is not guarded by any secrets here. But anyway, positivity here. We are doing Taeyeon, as I mentioned before. We have covered Girls' Generation quite a while ago, but we have not really done anything in terms of each individual member. But I know Taeyeon was one that had been requested not only in Discord but also on YouTube as well. So we will be going through this. Shout out to No Santa for putting the playlist together. So I'm gonna kind of read off what we're covering, what we're doing tonight. And I'm stoked. So first one is, it looks like it's and it's featuring Verbal Jint. We have Rain next. We have Starlight featuring Dean. If that's the Dean we've covered, that's awesome. I'm stoked to hear that. We have Y 1111. I Got Love. Fine. Make Me Love You. This Christmas. Something New. Four Seasons. Spark. Dear Me. Happy, What Do I Call You, Weekend, Can't Control Myself, IMVU. I have listened to that. That's incredible. 2X I've also listened to as well. Heaven, I did a video on, so I'll rewatch that one as well. Letters to Myself I also checked out. And then we've got a couple Japanese releases as well, featuring Stay, Voice, and Girls Speak Out. And I don't know who that features, so apologies on that. But yeah, we're doing a couple mostly Korean stuff, 3 Japanese songs. So if you want to check out the Japanese stuff, Patreon will have it. So yeah, very cool. I don't think there's anything else. I think that's about all the clues that I got here. So we're gonna keep it moving. Let's start off with the first one, which is Taeyeon's "I" featuring Verbal Jint. So let's give it a listen.
빛을 쏟는 sky 그 아래선 꿈꾸듯이 fly My life is so beautiful
Yeah. 어디서 많이 들어본 이야기 미운 우리와 백조 또 날기 전에 나비 사람들은 몰라 너의 날개를 못봐 지금 많은 세계라는 건 잔인할지도 몰라 But strong girl, you know you were born to fly 네가 흘리는 무, 네가 느낀 고통은 다 더 높이 날아보는 나를 위한 준비뿐 Butterfly, everybody's gonna see it soon
빛을 쏟는 sky 시간 모두 모아 다 삼켜내 작은 기억 하나 둘씩 날 깨워가 세상 가득 채울 만큼 나를 펼쳐가 길고 긴 밤을 지나 다시 트립길을 떠나볼래 Why not 이 세상에 내 맘을 깨워주는 하나 혼자였던 yesterday 살 수 없는 시선에 떨어지는 눈물로 하루를 또 견디고
Cool harmonies. 힘겨웠던 나 작은 빛을 따라서 아득해
다시 떠올라.
She's got a good like low mid-range tone that I feel like she doesn't use as much. That's a surprise. All right, very cool. This was done by Taeyeon, featuring Verbal Jint. If you're hanging out for the Taeyeon deep dive, appreciate it. Some comments here. No says it's the low tones here that do it for me. Hey, fair. Valid there. Valid points. Jazz says used to be obsessed with this one. It's so pretty. And when he says, I heard this one early on in my K-pop journey, and it definitely helped me get into K-pop in general. Ooh, wow. Okay, so I feel like the artist that you get into initially in like K-pop, I would argue has to be like, I feel like those have to have like that monumental, like they have to be high on the list. I would argue, you know what I mean? It's just got that staying power. So really cool. Kala says, hi, everyone. Hello, Kala. Thank you, Fragan. No Santa says, yep. So that's number 2 for me across all K-pop. Wow. Ooh, okay. I am familiar with Taeyeon's work, of course. I think she's incredible. Like I said, I've kind of gone through not her older discography, but I've definitely listened to the most current stuff that has come out in her Korean discography. I think she's incredible. Obviously, it was somebody that I really loved when we initially talked about Girls' Generation, and it's still someone that still an artist I go back and listen to from time to time and just be in awe of her skills. But this song is great. Like I said, for the song being for as long as it is, I feel like it's always good to hear songs that are a bit longer, and again, maybe it's just the bias speaking because I am older, and I definitely love I love the expressiveness that you have with longer songs. But I think she's just got a very undeniably catchy voice, and I think she obviously utilized it very well in her solo material, and obviously within Girls' Generation as well. But this was quite the song to start off with. I mean, obviously it shows off how much range she has. She's got, as No Santa pointed out, that beautiful kind of like low range, like mid range tone. Super good. I feel like it's not as utilized as much in the Girls' Generation material, but I feel like in maybe her solo stuff, and again maybe just kind of in general, as if you're doing solo work, I feel like it gives you that opportunity to express and do more things with yourself vocally. But I really felt like this one was incredible. Good one to start off with. I think Verbal Jint was also a fantastic feature as well. I like that he contributed not only some vocals, but obviously a great rap verse as well. Really well delivered. Would love to see. I feel like I've heard Verbal Jint more so in like older, like second gen groups. Maybe like some early third gen groups. I feel like he has been a lot in like earlier generation groups features. So he obviously is a legend in and of itself, I'm sure. But would love to check out that, as a sidebar, I would love to check out Verbal Gent's stuff as well. And if he was a part of a group or not as well. But I thought it was a really good contrast. I think they did a great job of incorporating him in, but also making it feel like he's equally as part of the song as well. But yeah, I thought this was great for being almost 5-minute song. I think she's just got this level of captivation that I don't know if I could really, I don't know if I could really put against any other artist, and that maybe again might be a little bit inherently biased in and of itself, but I think she obviously for good reason has a memorability. So Noah Santa says she has a tattoo of I there. Oh, interesting. That would make sense. I feel like your first release. I feel like you gotta have some marquee for that. So very cool. All right, we will keep this train a moving here. The next one we've got is Rain. So I am curious how old. 9 years old. Okay, and if that's correct, that's insane. She still sounds just as good. 9. I feel like that was probably the only other comment I was gonna make, was how I would argue how timeless it was. It did definitely have a timelessness to it. So very good. Well, let's move into Rain next.
쓸쓸한 기분에 유리창을 열어 내민 두 손 위로 떨어진 빗방울 가득 고이는 그리움 나의 맘에 흘러 왠지 네가 보고픈 밤 차오르는 눈물 떠오르는
I noticed that as well. I'll keep trying.
참 눈이 부셨던 계절도 사진 접속에 얼룩져 색이 바래질까 점점 깊어가는 이 밤 잊지 못한 약속 따뜻했던 꿈도 안녕 비가 오면 내리는 기억에 번지는 아픔에 흠뻑 쏟아지는 너를 보다 선명했던 그 시간을 멈춘 채 추억에 젖은 채 아름다웠던 너를 그려 in the rain 흑백뿐인 세상
Look at that vocal bend. Oh, killer.
비가 되어 다가와 내 영혼을 환히 밝혀줘 우산 아래 나지겠던 속삭임 가슴 한켠에 퍼져 네가 들려오는 하루 내 안부를 묻듯이 편안한 빗소리 아련히 물든 기억 너란 빛 속에 Dreaming in the rain.
Very nice. Very nice. Very cool. All right. This was Taeyeon's Rain. This one was also fun. I like this one a lot as well too. I like this. She can kind of do like, again, I would imagine she's kind of a little bit of a jack of all trades here, but this one definitely has more of that upbeat, like fun energy that I like. You know, I just think this song definitely, while I loved I a lot, excuse me, and like is an understatement. While I did love I feel like this one was definitely a little bit more my pace. I love that kind of, again, bright feel to the song. I agree with Sally. It's definitely got that more jazzy, like riffy sort of feel to it. And I like that a lot. I think it complements her voice really well. And there's just something about like the way that like her voice sits in a song like this. I love the like vocal bends throughout. I thought that was really incredible. And she's got like an insane like vibrato, and I feel like this song definitely showed that off very well. So I definitely appreciate that a lot. But But yeah, I think this one definitely had a little bit more like emotional appeal to me. Definitely kind of again had more of that vibe I was looking for. Um but it's so cool to hear, like, obviously in hindsight, what these songs were and how they came out. And I imagine, I don't want to speak for chat certainly, but I feel like these songs obviously have a level of staying power to them, so I feel like for people to remember, like, I just Uni's comment from before, like, for you to be like, oh, I remember this song. Like, this is one of those songs that I feel like is like a top song that still is one of those things that got me into K-pop. I think that has incredible staying power, and obviously her voice is memorable. Certainly, again, huge understatement to some people, and I think that obviously for good reason. So definitely really like this a lot. Again, instrumentation was fun. I like the horn sections. The guitar work was really incredible. I think the instrumentation just really kind of spruced up the song, at least to me, in my opinion. As much as I loved I feel like this one is maybe like a little bit of a step above. I mean, again, depending upon how my day, how I feel about my day, I could choose one or the other, but I think they're both incredible. So that's fair. He says, yes, this still hits just as good now as it did back then. And Jazz also agreed. And then Noah says, did you two do away with submitted lyrics, or is it just not done anymore? I mean, I can't speak for what Uni posted, but I would guess they probably had done away with it, is my guess. Because normally they just have the captions, and I don't know if there's any way to submit to them, but very interesting. No, Santa says SM doesn't do lyrics. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna hope that I get some good lyrics, but and he says rip V Live, which used to have fans submitted lyrics. Oh, that was back in the olden days, I'm sure. So, but very cool. Like I said, we're 2 for 2. I like I said, I have purposefully not listened to older Taeyeon stuff. So, very nice, very nice. And he commented and says, yes, they got rid of it. I heard a rumor like a year ago that they were coming back, but haven't heard anything else since. Oof. Hopefully they come back. Fingers crossed. But very nice. 2 for 2. Like I said, incredible early discography already. But we're going to move on to the next one, which is Starlight. And this one features Dean. If this is the Dean that I'm thinking of, this might also be another banger. So let's check it out. Next two are related. Okay. Thank you, No Santa. Yep, it is the Dean I'm talking about.
Love is amazing.
Am I gonna try again for lyrics? Yep. Nothing.
You are my starlight. 내 맘을 비춰. 함께 있으면 온종일 꿈꾸는 기분. You are my starlight. 참 행복해져. 선물 같아. 너를 사랑. 혼자가 익숙했던 회색 빛에 나의 하루에 사뿐히 다가와서 날 두드린 그날을 기억해. 빛처럼 날 비춰. 어둠에서 나를 깨우곤 아침 맘에 창을 열어줬어. 내 눈에 빛이 잔뜩 찡그린 어색한 얼굴 뒤로 조금씩 웃어보던 너. 사랑스러워 참을 수 없었지. 기적처럼 발견한 너를 미소 짓게 해. You are my starlight. 내 맘을 비춰. 함께 있으면 온종일 처음 본 세상처럼 새로운 느낌만 매일 놀라 어느새 날 바꿔 텅 비어있던 내 갈비로 새로운 날 그려줘 You are my starlight 내 맘을 비춰 함께 있으면 온종일 꿈꾸는 기분 You are my starlight 참 행복해져 선물 같아 너란 사람 맘이 흐린 날에도 맑게 깨어 너를 본 순간 오직 너만으로 충분해 널 그저 바라만 봐도 입가에 번지는 기쁨 이토록 나를 깨알한 사람 너뿐이야 감출 수 없어 함께 있으면 내 맘이 춤추는 기분 You are my starlight 참 감사해져 꿈만 같아 너란 사람 You are my starlight My emotion You feel me 별처럼 빛나는 나를 봐 매일 깨달아 You're my starlight Yeah Oh yeah Yeah Baby baby
All right, very cool. This was Taeyeon Starlight featuring Dean. Very nice, very nice. I'm glad it was the Dean I was thinking of. I would expect nothing less, but and when I saw his face, I was like, that is the Dean I was thinking of. So very cool. If not, if you have not checked out our Dean deep dive, go check that out as well. That was posted a little whiles ago as well. But this was fantastic. I feel like it goes without saying I really like Dean's music as well. But their combination together was incredible. And at first I was like, I thought maybe I was hearing something, but I found out I was correct. So I was trying to figure out where Dean kind of fit in this song. He's kind of mixed in throughout. I know he's offering his like vocals in the choruses of the song. Early on I was like, that doesn't sound like some of that like low end mid range tone doesn't sound like Taeyeon, and I was just like maybe it was pitched, but it was not. So it was cool to hear him in the chorus at the beginning because I feel like that's a cool. I think it's a cool introduction. If you're not familiar with his work, then I think it's like it's like a nice subtle way to like drop him into the song, which I think worked out really well. But I was also like, man, I'm hoping he gets like a little bit of part in this song outside of obviously doing the choruses. So it was cool to hear him in the bridge section, and then obviously as well later on in the song, in that like final chorus, they kind of gave him like a little bit of ad libs and runs. But I feel like this is incredibly. I want to say, I guess it's not complicated, but definitely was like a little bit of a little bit of fun complexity to it. I think their vocals work really well in tandem together, but like it was also really nice to see them flex a little bit because Taeyeon was doing some like really insane like ad lib runs in that second verse, which I thought was incredible. She absolutely crushed it. But then like obviously maintaining some really good like flawless vocals in that verse as well, in that second verse as well, I think was what really was commanding. I think he does a great job of like, obviously signaling how much of an incredible vocalist she is. But I also really love that Dean got a moment, especially in that like bridge section / final chorus, to kind of pop off and do his own thing. So I definitely appreciate that a ton too. And I feel like there are not necessarily combative, but very complementary to each other in terms of having a good feature and kind of a back and forth of that aspect. So this one is really incredible. Again, my bias for Taeyeon as well as Dean might be heavily showing in the song, but I think it was incredibly well written, and this was fire. So great song. Jazz says their voices go so well together. I agree. No Santa says it's nice having a bit more of a duet than a feature. Absolutely, I would agree. I feel like it only kind of signaled to a feature because, it says featuring Dean, but I like that it was more collaborative. Gungi says, what's going on? I've been listening while looking at sofas online. So I'm just a creeper tonight. Hey, that's okay. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. And No Santa says, welcome. Let's go. So very nice. This is top on the list for now, but I'm curious to see if this will, where this will land, some of the earlier stuff. So, but, very nice. We're going to keep it moving on the Taeyeon train, and the next one is Why. So check it out.
언젠가 눈에 두 발이 닿는 대로 이끌리는 시선을 뺏겨버린 대로 가볍게 걸어갈 낯선 곳을 그리다 또 결국엔 어쩌난 긴 한숨에 멈춰
That little run, that's cool. 세상이 전부는 아냐 하루 종일 걸어도 똑같은 풍경은 절대 보이지 않아 하얀 종이에 적어본 why 잉크처럼 번지는 맘 I'm falling, I'm falling, I'm falling to you Ooh. What? What? No. Oh my god. That was not the ending I was expecting for this MV, but all right. This was Taeyeon Y. Yeah, the plot twist. Oh my god. That's insane. What a terrible. Why would you do that? That's what the song should be called. Dosana says she was finishing the bucket list. Aw. That's makes this song even sadder. This song was good. I liked it a lot. I feel like you'll probably hear me say that a majority of this. Just because I feel like, again, some songs may not be what I am particularly looking for, but I feel like that does not minimize or, degrade my love for some of these songs. I feel like this one to me is definitely more vibey. It's got definitely a lot more of that electronic influence, which is not bad by any stretch. I think it's really well equipped. But yeah, I would say in terms of like personal preference, I probably would say that like the song itself isn't something that I think I would personally listen to, but or listen to again. I don't feel like I would actively seek out the song, but that's just because I just this song isn't one of those reasons why I'm like, damn, like this one is one of those top tier or like favorite Taeyeon songs. Now, to say that the song is not have any talent or any skills whatsoever, I feel like that would be absolutely stupid. But I think for my personal taste, this was definitely not. There's definitely other songs that I liked a little bit more. But again, if this is one of your favorites, that is absolutely valid. So, no, Santa's is the queen of beers. And everyone was shocked that I didn't see the plot twist. And then Gunky says, is You're on the playlist by chance? It's my favorite song by her. I don't know. I did read off all of them. I does not. If it's a title track, then I don't know if we have listened to it. Does not look like it. It's not, theoretically, we could drop the newer songs. Ooh, we could. Potentially. But yeah, no, I thought this song was very good. Like I said, just not probably a personal taste for me, and that does not represent or my opinions or feelings of Taeyeon. I still feel like they're very true. But yeah, really, really well put together song. No saying since it's not as I mentioned before, theoretically we could drop the newer songs. That is true. So very nice. We're gonna keep it moving to the next one, which is 11:11. Gungi says, I'm not sure if it's a title or not. It came out in 2015. Ooh. So then we would have we have passed it by now. No Santa says, up to you. There are some very good / famous B-sides that we could do instead. We can get the barometer once we get closer to the end. If you want to listen to famous B-sides, I'm down, since I have heard some of the other title tracks, but that is up to you guys. All good. But we're going to keep it moving with 11:11 next. So let's give it a listen.
It's 11:11. 오늘이 한 칸이 채 안 남은 그런 시간. 우리 소원을 빌며 웃던 그 시간. 별게 널 떠오르게 하지. 네 맘 끝자락처럼 차가운 바람. 창을 열면 온통 네가 불어와. 이 시간이 전부 지나고 나면 이별이 끝나 있을까, yeah. 널 다 잊었을까. 모든 게 자리를 찾아서 떠나가고 넌 내 모든 걸 갖고서 떠나도 내 맘은 안에 있는 오래전에 약속했던 몇 월의 며칠 너에겐 다 잊혀져 있었다면 내가 지워야지 뭐 지나고 나면 별거 아니겠지 뭐 모든 게 자리를 찾아서 떠나가고 넌 내 모든 걸 갖고서 떠나도 내 맘은 시계 속에 두 바늘처럼 같은 곳을 두고 맴돌기만 해 I believe I'll be over you 계절 틈에 잠시 피는 낯선 꽃처럼 하루 틈에 걸려있는 새벽별처럼 이 모든 건 언젠가는 다 지나가고 말겠지 모든 게 자리를 찾아서 돌아오고 내가 아무 일 없는 듯이 웃게 되면 너의 이름 한 번쯤 부르는 게 지금처럼 아프지 않을 거야 I believe I'll be over you I believe I'll be over you
Damn. All right. Very cool. This was Taeyeon's 1111. If you're hanging out for the deep dive, thank you for hanging. Thanks for chilling. This one was excellent. I think there's something really magical about having a very I'm trying to think of how to describe it. I appreciate the fact that the instrumentation takes a little bit of a backseat. I think again, that's not to detract from the instrumentation in the song. It's really, really well done. But I feel like there's something really special about this song where like her vocals seem to kind of be even more at the forefront than what they already are in general. But there's just something about it that like it felt very like person to person. It's hard to explain it. Like it felt very real in terms of like her telling, again, I don't know if this is true or fictitious, but it does feel like you can tell there is a level of emotional fortitude in this song that I feel like is passed off to the listener when you're listening to it. It's like, she is performing this for the one person that is listening to it. And, I really appreciate that because I think it really is shown off very well in this song. And she has, again, very similarly to a couple of other comments that I made before, but she has this way of captivating people. And I feel like this song does a really damn good job of not only, I think, captivating the audience, but I feel like making them feel that she is like telling this, relaying this sort of story or life event, to you. And so I think that translates super well. So I really like that. And just like, again, she's not going off. There isn't like a lot of crazy like ad lib parts. I mean, obviously she's flexing vocally in the song, but it isn't like one of those ones where I'm like, damn, she's really just like, I feel like it's not something where she's flexing. It's just like, okay, like she's very direct, very, very approachable in the song. And I really like that because some of the other songs that we've listened to so far have felt like, she's kind of gone about it in a different way, but this one felt very, very real. So I definitely like that a lot. And just like her like little like more bright kind of ad lib moments as well too were really nice in the song too. But yeah, overall, definitely a sleeper, I would say. I probably put this amongst my favorites. I really enjoyed this one just because of the more subtle nature of it. I think it really, again, shows off her skills in a very convincing and easy, digestible way to understand it. So, I thought this was incredible. Great job. Noah Santa says, I've listened to this one, this one so many times. That is fair. And he says, very understated. Yeah, like, she's got more in the tank, but like for her to have such reservation, I feel like that's incredible metric and very hard to do. So the reservation absolutely reigns supreme in this one. So very nice. Great song. We shall keep it moving here tonight. We've got I Got Love next. So check it out.
유인은 쉬워 이 밤을 보낼 그 흔한 방법 그러기엔 우린 좀 달라 분명 그러자 밤의 마법이 욕망이 다리 속삭여 괜찮아 honey 어둠이 깊어 비밀을 덮어줄 테니 이끄는 대로 가보고 싶은데 제 말해봐 why you baby 우주 같은 네 안으로 need you closer 빠져들면 달던 한숨도 나보긴 나도 취한 내 꿈을 헤맨 너를 헤맨 믿어지니
Interesting.
긴밀히 쌓인 너와 나 서로를 탐하던 단어 열기 가린 가면 벗어 던져 끊어질 듯한 긴장은 의심은 사라졌으니 yeah 어서와 honey 눈앞의 존재 넌 살아 움직이는데 오감에 취해 널 더 알고 싶어 제 말해봐 why you baby 우주 같은 네 안으로 need you closer 빠져들면 달던 한숨도 나보긴 나도 취한 내 꿈을 헤맨 너를 헤맨 믿어지니 전부 무너지게 다 녹아버리게 터무니없이 미치게 해 Come and turn me on You don't stop that fire 'Cause I got love, I got love, I got love 제 말해봐 why you baby 우주 같은 네 안으로 need you closer 빠져들면 달던 한숨도 나보긴 나도 취한 내 꿈을 헤맨 너를 헤맨 믿어지니 Waiting, trusting, wanting you 'Cause I got love Waiting, 꿈인 듯해 너를 헤매 난 너만 너를 믿어지니
All right, very cool. This was Taeyeon's I Got Love. Very nice, very nice. Noah Santa says, I understand why people don't like that anti-drop. The last chord brings it all together for me. I, weirdly enough, was going to kind of echo that. I will say for me, this one definitely was a little off. I will agree with that final chorus definitely brings it all together 100%. I definitely envision that 100%. I just think this one is, again, very similarly to, I think, the comment I made about why I think it's a good song. I just feel like, Taeyeon is an incredible artist. And I think her voice was highlighted, and doing the most in the song. I just feel like the instrumentation was a little rough. I think there was just a little bit more odd ones for me, but I don't think it is like a song that I hate. Like, it's definitely not on my list of bad songs, right? I feel like if you got Taeyeon and on a song, odds are I'm gonna enjoy it. But I feel like this one was definitely one of those ones where I'm like, you know what? Like, vocals are like, she's doing a fantastic job with vocals, but I feel like instrumentally sometimes you gotta have a little bit of carry in that. And I felt like with the instrumentals, I was like not feeling it up until like that bridge section, and then once we got into the final chorus, I was like, okay, I can fuck with the vision a little bit. But I do feel like in terms of the song choice for me, it definitely was not in my wheelhouse. But yeah, I definitely, like I said, is it a bad song? No. If you this is one of your vibes, you like this one, hey, get it. You know what I mean? There's definitely somebody out there that probably loves the song, and all the power to you. But yeah, for me personally, definitely a little outside of my taste, and that is completely fair. So Uni says, yeah, this one's not my fave, but I don't hate it. It's certainly unique. Agreed. It is unique is probably one of the best adjectives to describe this song for sure. Jazz says, not gonna lie, I forgot about this one. That's fair. That's fair as well. I could see this being forgotten, unfortunately. So, but yeah, very nice. Like I said, not Taeyeon is incredible. I'll take a Taeyeon song. If I can take a Taeyeon song, I'll take it, So we know she's going to deliver. Gungi says the song is all right. That's fair. I can envision that too. So very nice, very nice. Well, we're going to move on to the next one. This one's fine. So let's check out if it is actually fine.
어제 머리 했어. 색도 좀 바꾸고 어제는 좀 이상하게 시간이 남더라고.
If that's the low points, I was gonna say, yeah,
내가 너랑 왜
absolutely.
통화하고 있는지도 잘 모르. 알았어. 잘 지내.
찢어진 종이 조각에 담아낸 나의 진심에 선명해져 Something about you Yeah, 나를 많이 닮은 듯 다른 넌 혹시 나와 같을까 지금 괜한 기대를 해 하루 한 달 1년쯤 되면 서로 다른 일상을 살아가 나는 아니야 쉽지 않을 것 같아요 여전하게도 넌 내 하루하루를 채우고 아직은 아니야 바보처럼 되뇌는 나 입가에 맴도는 말을 삼킬 수 없어 It's not fine 지금 묶은 채 어지러운 방을 정리해 찾고 있어 Something new 가끔 이렇게 감당할 수 없는 뭐라도 해야 할 것만 같은 기분에 괜히 움직이곤 해 하루 한 달 1년 그쯤이면 웃으며 추억할 거라 했지만 나는 아니야 쉽지 않을 것 같아요 여전하게도 넌 내 하루하루를 채우고 아직은 아니야 바보처럼 되뇌는 나 입가에 맴도는 말을 삼킬 수 없어 It's not fine It's not fine It's not fine
god, sorry. I got through the hand motions at the wrong time.
그 순간이 자꾸 떠올라 잘 지내라는 말이 전부였던 담담한 이별 아직은 아니야 바보처럼 되뇌는 그말 입가에 맴도는 말을 삼킬 수 없어
That high falsetto tone, so good.
It's not fine. It's not fine.
Oof, that was great. All right, very cool. This was Taeyeon's Fine. If you're hanging out for the Taeyeon deep dive, thank you for hanging. I feel like I have heard this one before, but I don't think that I have heard this. I don't think I've heard Taeyeon perform it. I would imagine this song gets covered on shows. Maybe that's where I got that from. It does sound familiar, like especially that chorus. Like I was like that chorus first time around. I was like, this sounds familiar. But then like again, I listened to it again on the second chorus and go around. And I was like, okay, this is really familiar. So I can't remember who I can't remember who covered this song that I've listened to perform this song, but it's definitely I haven't heard the Taeyeon version. So Jazz says, oh yeah, it does get covered a lot. That chorus is super memorable. So I was like either I'm having an aneurysm live on Twitch or I actually did remember something. So I'm glad I'm not having an aneurysm. But this is incredible. This one, like I said, first time listening to Taeyeon perform it. I thought it was Island 2. Yeah, maybe that's where it was from. Oh my god. Chill out, Windows security. I think it was. I think it was one of the songs they had to perform. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember what episode, but I do remember that it was. I remember Alex and I watching it, and Alex is like, "This is a really like memorable, Taeyeon song," and I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I've never listened to the original, so it may have been Island 2. No, Santa, you might be correct on that, but." This is great. Like I said, listening to it at first go around, not really obviously knowing Taeyeon prior to Island 2 or prior to me seeing a covered version of this. This is incredible. I feel like all the commentary that I've made before about her, I feel like is so true about this song. But I love when, like I said, the kind of more ballady performances that she does, even though I feel like this one's even more on a higher scale than previous ballad songs we've listened to. I thought this was incredible. I loved that final chorus. That final chorus where you got like different layers of her voice. I think that was truly what kind of sold me on this song. Not that it didn't beforehand, but I feel like it was just one of those things where I was like, damn, this is impressive. But like by the end of it, I was like, damn, this is impressive. I had more resilience for the song, and it was just cool to see her like get into like the higher, like that really stupid high like falsetto register and like doing some like insane runs at the end of the song. I think was just kind of like the cherry on top for me. But yeah, this was another one where I feel like the stripped down nature of the track really benefited her, and again, to be, I would argue, one of the top K-pop vocalists of all time. I feel like that's I feel like that's I feel like this one is definitely one that should be covered a lot, and also probably should be revered a little bit, just because again I imagine this song is a very difficult song to sing and perform well. So very nice, very nice. Everyone is saying everyone's fun every day. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking. Jazz says the live performance of this one is iconic. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. Gungi says really like this song. No, Santa says it's not fine. Sonja says hi all. What did I miss? Thank you, Sonja, for hanging. We have gotten through 7 of Taeyeon's songs. So we've got a good bits more. So thanks for hanging. No, Santa says, I think I've mentioned that this is the only album I own. Oh wow. Okay, well, I feel like listen, that is some high marks. So I feel like if it's a part of your music collection, I think those are high marks here. So I like it. Very cool. I always see Taeyeon vinyl and they're like extremely expensive, and I'm always wondering if I should just pull the trigger and buy one, but I'll have to do my research and really love the album. So, but very cool. Very cool. We're going to keep moving here. The next one is I don't even know why I put what. What's not even there. Make Me Love You is the next song. Let's check it out.
Make me love you. Make me love you. 어둠 속에 내린 빛 그림자 더 외로워한 시간들 속에 난 조심스레 내민 눈앞에 손 잡지 못하고 망설여왔지만 이미 떨린 맘이 자꾸 겁이 나 비밀스레 네가 손을 내민 밤 Make me kiss you, not make me kiss you. Make me touch you, not make me touch you. Make me want you, not make me want you. Can't kiss you to touch you, who want you? Make me love you. Make me love you. 매일 다른 세계를 넘나들어 난 나비였고 유혹에 이끌려 어느새 달콤한 향기 가득히 푹 빠져버린 내 모습 어떤지 멀리 좀 더 멀리 하늘 높이 날 저기 하얀 별이 되어 날아가 Make me kiss you, not make me kiss you. Make me touch you, not make me touch you. Make me want you.
Those harmonies are nice. I like that.
Can't kiss you to touch you, who want you? Make me love you, make me love you. Make me love you, make me love you. 태어나 처음 마주본 너무
Ooh.
따스한 그 눈빛 깊이 나를 담아줘. 너란 우주 안에서 모든 눈을 감을 거야. 멀리 나를 데려가. And make me love you. Make me kiss you, not make me kiss you. Make me touch you, not make me touch you. Make me want you, make me want you. Can't kiss you to touch you, who want you? Make me love you, make me love, make me love you, make me love you, make me love you. Make me love you.
Ooh. Very nice, very nice. This was Taeyeon's "Make Me Love You." Very nice, very nice. This is a great song. I definitely liked the production on this. I think they did a great job of adding in those like synths. Like the synth choice was incredible on this. It makes the song feel like more full. Again, I know I've talked about a lot of the more ballads and stuff, but I definitely I love the contrast. I feel like she's got fantastic ballads, and I know she absolutely crushes those. But there's nice song. I feel like songs like this do such a great job of highlighting her voice in a different way. Um, I feel like the fun part about the song was a lot of the harmonization. I think they did a great job of like laying her vocals out really well, and for her to only, again, do only have the one voice. I think they do a great job of making it feel a little bit more larger than life. So I definitely appreciate that. Um, I was a little unsure of how she was gonna throw in "Make Me Love You," and not in the sense of like the lyricism. I was just kind of like, how is she gonna make that like catchy or like memorable? And I think this song does a great job of that. I love kind of the counterbalance of it as well. Like there's definitely some like, obviously she's saying like "Make Me Love You," and then having like that like counteraction in terms of like the vocals or something like that to just kind of offset it a little bit. And I really appreciate that because the song definitely needs it. And I think that having those moments make that statement part of the song feel a little bit more like more fulfilling or have a little bit more of a direct punch. And so I appreciate that a ton. But I also like the build in the song. I think it does a really great job of continuing that great momentum. The chorus sounds really huge, and again, I think it has a lot to do with how well those verses are structured out. I will say the only thing that I was a little shocked about, and not that I didn't like it, but the transition from that second chorus to the bridge, I thought was extremely interesting. Definitely not what I was expecting her to do in this song, but I think it was a nice change of pace. It like continues to keep the energy level high, which was not what I was really expecting. I thought maybe they were going to tail it down a little bit and then obviously build up to like a larger final chorus, which I still feel like they did, but like they let's cut out the lull part and give you like more of a build in the song. So I appreciate that a ton. But yeah, this one was another really fucking solid song. I was surprised at how well it turned out. But it's definitely one of those ones that I'll probably go back and listen to again. So no, Santa says you'll get the lyrics at Spark. Okay, thank you. And then also said, I think the song is great, but I always skip it for some reason. Brain dumb. Listen. Maybe it's just little trigger fingers. Who knows? I don't know. Uni says, I always feel like this song belongs in a movie. Ooh, yeah, you know what? I could see that. Like a running in the fields moment, or like a slow-mo like car moment or something, like they're just like cruising or something. I could see that. That's a vibe. Sonja says it feels like as if it keeps building, yet it's so soft and chill. I could see that as well. I like that. And Uni says that the plotting delivery of the chorus is kind of hypnotizing. I could see that. I didn't really recognize it at first, but I will say like that once I got to the second chorus and then got into the bridge, I was like, man, there is something really interesting and like really memorable about that chorus that I think they further cement into your brain, again in that latter chorus, the final chorus to close the song out. So yeah, this was fantastic. Definitely was not expecting this from Taeyeon, but I think she absolutely crushed it. So very nice. We're gonna keep it moving here. The next one is This Christmas. So I don't know if this is a cover or something like that, but no, Santa says Merry Christmas. Let's go. In almost July, so that would make sense. But let's check out This Christmas. Listen, I'll need this. It's fucking 96 today. So.
왠지 따뜻했던 그날 밤 눈꽃이 내려앉은 두 볼에 스치듯 가벼운 너의 입술이 난 아직 잊혀지지가 않아 Beautiful night 시간을 되돌린 듯 늘 찾아와 주길 크리스마스 꿈결 같던 크리스마스 기억하고 있어 네가 남긴 달콤한 속삭임 커져간 떨림 오 크리스마스 네가 있던 메리 크리스마스 영원할 것 같았던 간절한 이 마음을 전해 I pray on this Christmas 문득 생각이 나 그날 밤 유난히 따뜻했던 두 손이 얼어붙은 내 맘을 녹여주던 난 왠지 어제처럼 느껴져 Beautiful night 그날의 널 기억해 마치 운명이 우릴 채운 듯 날 찾아와 주길 크리스마스 꿈결 같던 크리스마스 기억하고 있어 네가 남긴 달콤한 속삭임 커져간 떨림 오 크리스마스 네가 있던 메리 크리스마스 영원할 것 같았던 간절한 이 마음을 전해 I pray on this Christmas 찬란했던 그 겨울 앞에 내가 서 있어 다시 찾아온 계절이 너를 반기고 함께 와주길 크리스마스 꿈결 같던 크리스마스
Yo, the people at SM were cooking in that bridge. Oh, so good.
달콤한 속삭임 커져간 떨림 오 크리스마스 네가 있던 메리 크리스마스 영원할 것 같았던 간절한 이 마음을 전해 I pray on this Christmas 간절한 이 마음을 전해 I pray on this Christmas
Aw. Damn. God, that right in the chest. Very nice. All right. This was Taeyeon's This Christmas. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Oh, this is so good. I'm gonna throw this on the holiday playlist 100%. But this is great. I gotta give a shout out to the the talent on SM's team because this song just was incredibly well written. I think it's got a lot of great dynamics to the song, and obviously plays off to Taeyeon's strengths, which I think like you gotta do. But I thought this was such a good one, and like it's so like the MV was definitely like a little sad. I feel like it's very reflective of when you get older, and like I think I think about like my parents and like similar, not a similar situation, but definitely like as you get older, like how like when you're a kid, like or a teen and stuff, it's like you're like, oh, I don't want my dad to do this, or I don't want my mom to do this, and now it's like I think you get better, hopefully fingers crossed you get better, you get a better understanding and you become an adult. So But I thought this is so sweet. I think Taeyeon's vocals again, I feel like goes without saying, and I'll probably continue to say it, just really incredible. She's got such a way of crafting some really just beautiful melody choice, and I think this one definitely does a great job of that as well. I love that little bridge. I think that, or not little, the bridge is actually pretty large in the song, but the bridge section of the song is definitely by far my favorite part. I love like the different like dynamics of the song. I think there's a good like movement to that bridge section. There's a lot of like powerful moments, and I think it really kind of caps off that like final chorus really well. So incredible job there. But yeah, I thought this is really great. Another really good Taeyeon song, which I'm again should not be surprised in the slightest. But again, we'll definitely be throwing this on the holiday playlist for sure. So very nice. Everyone said Sun just says Christmas and almost July. Very true. Very true. Notice it says beautiful MV. I agree. Uni says, yeah, this heat is brutal. Everyone stay safe out there in the heat this summer. As I said, hydrate. Hydration's key. Gunky says, now this is a good Christmas song. Mariah Carey, you. That's, hey, listen, if you say her name enough, she'll start to defrost out of her ice block in California. So we don't need her to come out early. But no, Santa says, hold on to those good feelings. You'll need them. Like, oof. Oh boy. Uni says, forgot about this one last Christmas. It's so good. And then Gunky says, it may not be a funky glitter Christmas, but I can confidently say this needs to be on my playlist. Ooh, wow. And No Santa says, you didn't even mention the key change. Who are you? I did. I feel like I mentioned it in my initial reaction while I was listening to the song. But yeah, the key change. Listen, y'all know I love a key change. I feel like I don't want to be beating a dead horse at this point. You should know I love a key change. So I feel like that if I don't mention it, just know that I love it. A key change is incredible. So Kogi says Mariah Carey is like, you just say her name 3 times and she'll torture you. I feel like she tortures retail people, which, I mean, like I said, if you go to any store during the holiday season, you will at least hear that song more times than you would want to hear it. So, but it is what it is. Here, listen, we're here to talk about Taeyeon. She needs to be the queen to replace Carrie. So, also sidebar, I have no idea why it popped into my head, but I feel like maybe it's just a mental thing, but I love Taeyeon with dark hair. I don't know why. I just feel like she looks good with dark hair. No offense to when she like had her blonde era and like more of the like strawberry blonde hair color, but man, I don't know. The black hair color is on point. So no, Santa says both are good. Hey, listen, that's fair. I get, like you said, I can see both sides of the coin, but I might have a little bias on the darker hair look. So, but anyway, we're gonna keep it moving here. The next one is Something New. So let's keep it moving.
도시 위에서는 넘쳐나는 trouble 여유 없는 걸음
I love that like vocoder sound. Nice.
멍하니 또 한숨이 눈 뜨면 습관처럼 또 새로운 뭔가를 찾는 꼴 넘치면 넘칠수록 독인 줄도 모르고 틀에 박혀버린 듯 비슷비슷해진 꿈 진짜 깊은 마음속 소린 외면한 채로 모두 정신없이 찾고 있지 something new something new 자체로 특별해 좀 다르대도 뭐 어때 애써 누군가를 위해 변하지 않아도 돼 예쁜 그림 그리듯 스케치해 올리도 좋아하는 색으로 세상을 다 물들여 대체 어디까지 찾길 바래 something new something new I don't care 난 어떻게 해도 something new we don't care
And now, the breakdown.
있는
Nice.
그대로 그대로 느껴 넌난 이대로 이 모든 게 좋은가 마음속 깊은 곳을 두드리면 펼쳐질 new world something new I don't care 넌 어떻게 해도 something new we don't care 넌 어떻게 해도 something new I don't care 넌 어떻게 해도 something new we don't care 넌 어떻게 해도
Ooh, all right. Very nice. Just got Taeyeon running. Let's go. All right, very cool. This was Something New by Taeyeon. If you're hanging out for the deep dive, thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging. This was so much fun. Y'all know I love a good funky pop track, and I feel like this definitely falls into that category somewhat. The bass on this song was super prevalent, but I loved it. I think that bass riff definitely is the glue that ties the song together. But as well as that, I think her vocals were definitely a unique aspect to the song. I think she definitely adds like a cool like she almost is adding instrumentations in terms of her vocals that I like. It's almost as if she's like, playing the role of like a guitar, doing guitar melodies or like, piano melodies or something like that, like in replace of that. So I definitely like that a ton. But yeah, the song has an immense groove to it. I really appreciate that a ton. They did a great job of like layering out the vocals as well too. I think that was awesome. Really, really, really good as well. And I just think it again gives it sort of fullness of the song that, in certain aspects you just want to hear her voice just as in the totality, but also in other places it's nice to hear her kind of have more of a fullness in terms of her stylization. So I really like that a ton. But this one is extremely catchy, super fun. I was really engaged with the MV, but on top of that, I think the song is also extremely engaging as well too. So I think it wins on both fronts from that aspect. But definitely love this one. This one's probably amongst my favorites as well, without a doubt. So many good like interesting like Moog synth sort of sounds if they were using a Moog synth, but like it was like very interesting. I thought it was fun. Definitely a different change of pace, but a good change of pace for sure. Let's see. Nozan says I've used a screen cap from this song as a wallpaper since it came out. Love it. Ooh, wow, nice. Everyone was vibing. No Santa says it's Dem Joints. Can't hate a song by him. Yeah, Dem Joints is incredible. So I feel like shout outs to him. And then No Santa also says Taeyeon casually daydreaming about fighting her staff to the death. That, hey, listen, she obviously was kicking major ass in this MV, so I'm not really surprised. And Sundra says it was a great vibe. I would agree. So very nice, very nice. We're cruising. This is good. Love to see it. So we're gonna keep it moving here. The next one we have is 4 Seasons. So check it out. Uni also says, love his production. I'm not a fan of his. And now for the breakdown tag, the incoming, I don't mind as much though. Hey, listen. Yeah, I feel like it's like I kind of gave it a similar sentiment. I think because I've listened to other Dem join songs, and I feel like to me it's kind of like a DJ Khaled moment, which again, not to speak ill about either one, but um it is a little predictable, but hey, I like the song in of itself. It doesn't take away from my appreciation for it. So, all right, very cool. Let's get into 4 seasons now.
사계절이 와 그리고 또 떠나 내 겨울을 주고 또 여름도 주었다 온 세상이던 널 보낼래 정말 너를 사랑했을까
Ooh.
언제야 봄이던가 맞아 그땐 한참 서로가 셰익스피어의 연극 같은 마지막이 될 사랑 마주한 듯 둘밖에 안 보였나 봐 다른 건
This is 4 seasons, Gunky.
I gave you the world 너만이 전부라 내 겨울을 주고 또 여름도 주었지 뜨겁고 차갑던 그 계절에 정말 너를 사랑했을까 내가 너를 사랑했을까 서로를 그리워했고 서로를 지겨워하지 그 긴 낮과 밤들이 날 까먹슬기 전에 우리 다시 반짝이자 또 계절이 바뀌잖아 I gave you the world 너만이 전부라 내 겨울을 주고 또 여름도 주었지 뜨겁고 차갑던 그 계절에 정말 너를 사랑했을까 내가 너를 사랑했을까 가도 돼 뒤돌아볼 때쯤엔 난 없어 우리 꽤 괜찮았어 그거면 된 거야 떠날 때 사계절이 와 그리고 또 떠나 내 겨울을 주고 또 여름도 주었던 온 세상이던 널 보낼래 정말 너를 사랑했을까 내가 너를 사랑했을까 내가 너를 사랑했을까
Ooh, nice. All right. Very cool. This was Taeyeon's 4 seasons, if you're hanging out. This is incredible. I really like this one a lot. I would also, very similarly to what Gunky and Uni says, I would probably put this amongst my favorites as well. Just effortlessly catchy. There's just something about the song that just has a good rhythm to it, and I think it's very easy for you to just like sway around. And I think Taeyeon's voice, as I've mentioned a lot, and probably will continue to say, she's got such an incredible voice. But I loved her vocal choice in the chorus of the song. I think it's got a good like kind of waltzy swing to it, and I think there's just something very, very like memorable and very like very honest about the way that she approached the song that I really like. The instrumentation was fantastic. Shoutouts to whoever did the guitar work in this. Absolutely incredible stuff. I think it's almost, it's like weird. Like, I know I mentioned like an earwormy quality to it, but I would definitely say that as well. As like it just has like a hypnotizing sort of feel to it, where I'm just like I was just humming along in that second chorus or third chorus, and like without even really thinking about it. Like, and in hindsight, I was like, am I humming along to the melodies? But like, truly, it was just like a subconscious like, wow, I didn't even know I was doing that until, the song was over with. But there's just a really good like memorability to it as well. And like, I loved the way they stylized the vocals in this as well. Another really good one where I think there's a lot of like counterbalance in this song, which I appreciate. Like, again, because she's such a talented vocalist, I think she plays off her own voice so well. I think this song does a really good representation of using that counterplay to an advantage, and not just to add. Like, it continues that memorability of the song and that like hook mentality of the song really, really, really well. So yeah, this one's very easily amongst the favorites for sure. I am genuinely surprised I did not go out of my way to listen to this one before, but I will not be making that same mistake again. So. Some other comments here. Sonja says catchy, love her voice in this song, it shines. I would agree. And Jazz says it gets stuck in my head from every time I listen to it. That's fair. I see that. That is a valid statement. So very nice, very nice. We're keeping it moving in it tonight. The next one is Spark, which now I'm gonna get the lyrics. So let's go. Let's check out Spark.
불어 후후 빨간 불티야 내 마음도 너 같아 타오를 듯 위험한 살포신을 눌러 덮으려 해봐도 꺼지지 않는 너를 어떻게 해야 하나 열일 줄만 알았던 그 작은 온기 속 뭐를 감추고 있었니 내 말을 들었니 이제 타이밍이야 눈뜰 새벽이야 불티를 깨워 더 타올라라 후후후 꺼지지 않게 불티 붉은 채 더 크게 번져 후후후 지금 가장 뜨거운 내 안에 자꾸 작은 불티야 불티야 꺼지지 말고 피어나 불티야 불티야 새벽을 훨훨 날아가 새 불티야 불티야 춤추듯 온몸을 살라 새 불티야 불티야 꺼지지 말고 피어나 이 까만 어둠을 동그란히 밝혀 내 앞을 비추는 너 어디든 갈 수 있어 세찬 바람을 타고 또 올라내려보면 우린 이별의 여행자 어제 길 위에 넌 꿈만 꾸고 있었지 작은 새처럼 이제 타이밍이야 너의 시간이야 숨을 불어넣어 불티를 깨워 타올라라 후후후 꺼지지 않게 불티 붉은 채 더 크게 번져 후후후 지금 가장 뜨거운 내 안에 자꾸 작은 불티야 불티야 꺼지지 말고 피어나 불티야 불티야 새벽을 훨훨 날아가 새 불티야 불티야 춤추듯 온몸을 살라 새 불티야 불티야 꺼지지 말고 피어나 오랜 기다림 너의 시간을 믿어 나를 닮은 너 불티
Ooh, very nice, very nice, very cool. This was Taeyeon's Spark. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Um, this was very good as well. Again, at the behest of sounding like a broken record. This was also really, really, really good. I will say that chorus is extremely catchy. Um, I really like this a lot. I will say like the post chorus was kind of giving me a combination of like something I would probably hear like older school Adele do, or like a little bit of maybe like Lumineers type vibe. I think it's mostly because again the clapping and like the bass kick, and like there's just something very familiar about that. And that's not to say that like that is a Taeyeon exclusive thing. I feel like that's just collectively, I feel like whenever you get like a bass drum and some like hand clapping involved in the mix, I do feel like there is a level of like just memorability to that, regardless of what genre it is, really. And I feel like it is kind of like more universal in that sense, where like anybody obviously can do it. So it is that memorability factor, excuse me. But yeah, overall I thought this was good. The chorus was really, really, really catchy in this song, as I mentioned before. I feel like Taeyeon put on a really, really good performance in this track as well. I really liked the final chorus. I thought that was truly where the song definitely comes more full circle, and I think they got to play out a little bit more of that like more energetic part of the song with the bass drum and the clapping. So definitely appreciate that aspect of it. But yeah, overall, really good song. Again, if this is amongst your favorites, then absolutely respect that. It's a great choice. But yeah, this one, I liked it. 2 thumbs up. Good song. Jazz says, I love this one. And No Santa says, Purpose album, very good. Ooh, okay. I have to keep that in mind. Very nice. We are gonna keep it moving. The next one we've got is Dear Me. So check it out.
나 놓아줘 숨 쉴 수 있게 이 스쳐가는 풍경 속에 자유롭게 노래하듯 나에게도 들려주고 싶은 그 말 I love myself I trust myself 내겐 없었던 그만
I love that like poking in of some like orchestral elements. That's nice.
가둬줘 깊은 이 밤에 잠들지 않을 외로움만 남겨둔 채 노래하듯 나에게도 들려주고 들려줄 수만 있다면 I love myself I trust myself 기억해줄래 기억해줘 Hey I trust myself I love myself I trust myself 알아맞춤 그만
Wow. That was incredible. Great song. All right. This was Taeyeon's Dear Me. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. This is an incredible song. Definitely still got a little bit of goosebumps. So, this was so good. I feel like the first thoughts that came to my head was, this song has definitely more of a resonance to it. Like there's something about it, not only I think vocally resonant, but I think lyrically resonant as well. Like, I think everybody goes through their moments of struggling in life, and I think that this song is very representative of, again, I'm sure Taeyeon has gone through, immense struggles to get where she is at. And I think that this song translates very well. I think not only to obviously, her emotions and what she feels, but I feel like equally is representative of, people in their daily lives. And I really like that. I think it really brings it brings a real approach and real emotion to it that I think this song really does a great job of. Like, I like that this song isn't for her to just like, again, there are some moments where she does a little bit of ad-libbing, a little bit of flexing, but honestly, I think this one really, to me, does a great job of speaking that message to, I think, not only herself, but I think to the audience as a large. And I think that she, as well as obviously the team who helped produce the song, I think really understood that the messaging of the song needs to come across more than her just doing what she could do. Obviously, if you're a Taeyeon fan, I feel like she can do it. But I like the reservation of this song and, the honesty and, it definitely struck a chord with me. And so I appreciate that as I feel like as artistry does. But yeah, I thought this was incredibly well written. I think the chorus is extremely memorable. I love the interweaving of like different orchestral elements. I like how the beginning of the song you really didn't get much, and then you got it more as a pre-chorus, and that chorus kind of hit, and then it kind of becomes more of a staple part of the song as the song progresses. And I think that it kind of continues on with that really good energy as well throughout the song. So I think it makes it feel that final chorus, once you get into that, like, really emotional bit, I think it really kind of stands out that much more. So, but yeah, this was incredibly well written song. Like I said, I think she does a fantastic job of conveying the message, and definitely like this one a lot. So Noah Santa says this one was released some months after a couple of suicides in 2019. My headcanon is this is related. I could see it. I could see it. I think it's a self-affirmation, positive, like, you have to believe in yourself to trust where you're at. And, so I appreciate her willingness to write a song like that. Sonja says, now this is a ballad. She sounds so good. And Gunky also agreed. So I would also second that. I think this was an incredible song. It's going to be hard to pick a favorite ballad that she's done, but this one's amongst there for sure. 100%. So very nice, very nice. We're going to move on to the next song, which is Happy, which hopefully this is, oh God, No, Santa says next one is Not So Happy. It was supposed to be released on her birthday, but sadly her dad passed away that day and was delayed for a while. Oof. Ugh. Gungi says my favorite song by her is a ballad. Ooh, okay. That checks out, honestly. So now I shouldn't be surprised. But all right. Well, let's get into the not so happy song. So let's give it a listen.
계절이 번져와 두드린 꿈일까 그댄 내 귓가에 달콤하게 Tell me baby baby 손꼽아왔던 밤널 상상할 때마다 아무도 모르게 미소를 짓곤 해 Thinking about you lately 수없이 기다린 우리의 이 밤이 1년을 돌고 돌아 내게 와준 기적 같아 오늘 밤 난 happy 포근한 이 꿈 얼어있던 계절은 너와 내 온기에 녹아들고 그대 품에 안겨 꿈꾸는 멋진 밤 오랜 시간
Love those backing vocals. Really nice.
함께 있어 난 happy 영원할 이 꿈 happy la 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 happy la 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 happy la 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 happy happy 끝없는 얘기들 멈추고픈 순간들 아쉬워질 듯한 숨결마다 Kiss me baby baby 너만의 온도로 어서 baby 틈없이 날 감싸줘 이 밤 가득한 떨림이 잠들 때까지 Oh I'm crazy 밤새워 속삭인 눈부신 설렘이 그 어떤 장면보다 잊지 못할 선물 같아 오늘 밤 난 happy 포근한 이 꿈 얼어있던 계절은 너와 내 온기에 녹아들고 그대 품에 안겨 꿈꾸는 멋진 밤 오랜 시간 속 둘만의 소원을 속삭여봐 함께 있어 난 happy 영원할 이 꿈 계절이 지나 모든 게 흘러도 변치 않을 이 순간 Promise you
Great bridge.
이대로 오늘의 행복한 기억은 녹지 않게 널 보면 난 happy 깨기 싫은 꿈 따스한 이 사랑은 추억이
Like that little acapella section. Cool.
그대 품에 안겨 잠이 들 깊은 밤 오랜 시간 속 둘만의 소원을 속삭여봐 함께 있어 난 happy 영원할 이 꿈 happy la 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 happy la 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 baby you're happy la 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 happy
All right, very nice. This was Taeyeon's Happy. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Um, yeah, I kind of feel a little bit of what No Santa feels. It makes me feel so bittersweet about the song. Um, Son just says, "Oh no, so sad," and Gunki says, "I like the instrumentation of the song." I will agree with that as well, Gunki. I feel like this song to me, like if I did not know that the unfortunate nature of Taeyeon's dad's passing, then I think this song, would I think this song would take on the meaning of happy, but I absolutely can understand if like again if and I don't know how she feels about the song either, but like I feel like for me personally, like if one of my parents passed away and like I was about to release an MV for a song, like I feel like it would be, I could see the aspect of it being bittersweet because it's like, oh well, this is a song that I've worked really hard on, but obviously is gonna be like memorable in the sense of like, obviously somebody that you love has passed away. So I can see the bittersweetness about the song, but without that foreknowledge and just kind of again listening to the song and loving the song for what it is, I definitely like this one as well too. I think the kind of swing and like waltzy sort of feel of this track just works out super well. But as well as some of the other commentary I've made about some other Taeyeon songs, I really love the production of this. I think that this one to me is so much fun. I love like the more like retro sort of like doo-wop sort of like way that they stylized her vocals. Like they've got a unique way, especially not more so like her main vocals, but just like the backing vocals kind of give like that a little like light barbershop quartet type feel to it, and I really appreciate that because it gives that sort of like doo-woppy sort of swing feel to it. And I think that like in that capacity she does a fantastic job, and it really makes the song feel more bright, and so I appreciate that a ton. I love the chorus of the song. I think the chorus has got a really great groove to it as well, as I mentioned about just kind of the momentum of the track. I will say another part of the song I really loved was the bridge. I thought the bridge was absolutely fantastic. I loved the melody choice in it. I think she did a fantastic job with like some really good memorable melody choice, so I appreciate that a ton. But yeah, this was a phenomenal song. Again, not I think not knowing the issues that prevailed itself, I think I would still I think I can still confidently put this amongst my favorites as well. It's just got a good memorable groove to it, so I definitely love this one a lot. So as much as I am upset for Taeyeon, I also feel like she put out a really fantastic track as well. So No Santa says maybe I should have poisoned your mind. Listen, hey, it doesn't detract my love from it. I think, obviously you never know what life can bring. So, I hope she is felt better about it. But Gungi says, I agree with pretty much everything you're saying. Four Seasons is still my favorite tonight. Ooh, okay. Four Seasons is definitely up there as well. I really love that one. So this one's gonna be tough. I feel like I got 24 songs to work with, so I feel like this might be a little bit more of a difficult one than normal. But we're gonna keep it moving. The next one is What Do I Call You is next. So Gungi's like, life is like a bucks. Out here quoting Forrest Gump. Anyway, let's get into the next Taeyeon song. Check it out.
Hello, non stranger. 남은 건 별로 없어. Memories, memories, memories. 안녕이라 했는데 왜 넌 내 옆에 있어? 그대로 그대로 그대로. 어색했던 공기에 웃음이 났어. 왜 너무 가까웠던 내 것이었던 my honey, my daisy. What do I call you? 남이잖아. 별일 없던 척 말을 거나 그렇게 꼭 껴안았는데 So what do I call you now? What do I call you? 이럴 때엔 이름이 역시 무난할까? 내 연인이었던 my honey, my daisy, my only. So what do I call you now?
That 808 bump is wild.
날 데리러 내게 기대 생각해 궁금해 적당한 거리란 건 뭘까? Cause this isn't natural. 널 매일 보는 걸 이제 나는 사람 내 것이었던 my honey, my daisy. What do I call you? 남이잖아 별일 없던 척 말을 건나 그렇게 꼭 껴안았는데 So what do I call you now? What do I call you? 이럴 때엔 이름이 역시 무난할까 연인이었던 my honey, my daisy, my only So what do I call you now? 모든 게 달라졌는데 변하지 않은데 넌 내 옆에 있고 이제는 날 뭐라 부를까 I know My baby, my honey, my daisy, my only yeah. So what do I call you now, now? So what do I call you now? What do I call you? 남이잖아. 이름이 역시 무난할까? 그렇게 꼭 껴안았는데. So what do I call you now?
Very nice. All right. This was Taeyeon's What Do I Call You for the Taeyeon Deep Dive. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Oh, this was good. Again, I'm going to be a broken record to some degree, but this one was really fun. I actually I kind of now can see more of the through line to her more recent material and the material I'm most familiar with, incorporating those EDM trap beats. I think that's incredible. Like I said, I like that like 808 punch of this song. I think it's really, really good. But I think the like really cool like guitar parts and like that, like again, just a good like beat to it. I think it always does a good job. But I think to me what stood out more so than the instrumentation was just like the hook and melody choice. I think this song is extremely catchy. Especially that chorus, like the way that she says like, like what do I call you, and then like my daisy, my like I like there's just something about her like lyrical phrasing in that section that just is like so memorable. It's got such a good hook. It's definitely got a little bit of a chokehold on me on that portion of the song. But yeah, overall, I feel like this is definitely more representative of what I know Taeyeon to do now. It's been cool to see, obviously, her growth over the years, but I think this song is definitely maybe a little bit biased because I do love a lot of the newer stuff that she's released, but I thought this was good. I think the only thing that I will say about the song that I'm a little disappointed about, I thought maybe she was going to do a bridge, but it doesn't sound like there's a bridge. And again, a song being under 3 minutes long, I would care to guess there's no bridge in the song. I think that would have been nice. That was probably the only other caveat to the song that I would care to mention. But yeah, overall, this one's at 2 thumbs up. So I really like this. But let's see. No Santa said, gotta drive back home, be back in a bit. Thank you, No Santa. We'll see you soon. Gongi says, I forgot all about this song. Sonja says, I like this MV. Ooh, nice. Uni says, definitely one of my faves. Ooh, okay, fair. I see you. Sonja says she could sing any style, and I think this more mellow, jazzier style fits her well. I would agree. I think she really rides that line, at least from my perspective, of that like jazzy kind of like trap sort of sound really well. But I really also have come to love and appreciate her stance on ballads as well. Clearly she has the voice to do those, but it's cool to see kind of the different variations of what she's capable of doing. She's such a chameleon. I would argue in terms of her stylization, you could throw her into a song and I feel like she'd be able to make her way around, So definitely like that. But yeah, in terms of more modern Taeyeon songs, I feel like this one's definitely up there for sure. So very cool. The next one we're going to be listening to is Weekend, which I have not listened to either. So let's check this one out.
가장 가까운 바다 혼자만의 free money 울린 삐삐삐삐 소리 귀에 윙윙윙 맴도는 나를 재촉하던 모닝콜 없이 일어나 치즈케이크 한입 유리 컵컵컵한 가득 내린 컵컵 커피 한잔 아이스로 할래 아주 여유롭게 문득 시계를 보니 벌써 시간은 12시 그래도 아주 느긋해 그리곤 하품 한번 아깝기지게도 켜고 생각해 오늘 뭐 할까 창문 너머 계절의 시선이 닿은 그 순간
Ooh, I like this pre-chorus.
쏟아지는 햇살에 맘을 두드려 내게 손짓하는 싱그러운 바람 타고서 떠나볼까 when the weekend comes I can do whatever I want 바람 따라 터진 cloud 더 자유롭게 we can go 가장 가까운 바다 혼자만의 영화관 그냥 이끌리는 대로 해도 괜찮으니까 훌쩍 떠나보는 드라이브 두 바 걸어도 좋아 뭐든 발길 닿는 대로 지금 떠나보려 해 하루중 세상의 얘길 무시한 채 내가 나의 하루를 조립해보려 해 더는 no stress 고민 안 할래 Move it right left right 내 맘대로 가본 적도 없는 길 뭐가 있든지 I don't need a map when I roll the street 이어가보는 이유는 for a little fun Guess up 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 좀 더 올라가 한쪽 길모퉁이 따라 맘대로 자라나 조금만 이름 모르고 바람을 바라보다 뜨거운 햇살을 피해 뺀채 잠깐 앉아봐 느려지는 걸음 그림자의 속도를 따라 함께 걷는 태양과 발을 맞추고 뒤를 달빛을 따라 돌아오고 싶은 걸 떠나볼까 when the weekend comes I can do whatever I want 바람 따라 터진 cloud 더 자유롭게 we can go 아무 계획이 없어서 완벽한 plan 우연히 찾아낸 secret place 그곳에 두고 와 나만의 작은 짐 골목길 끝을 돌아 만나게 될 기분 좋은 서프라이즈도 설레임 두근두근 온종일 하루 종일 고소한 향기의 커피숍 눈에 들어오는
Ooh, this is a cool bridge.
맘에 들어오는 걸 더는 망설이긴 싫은 걸 그래도 돼 when the weekend comes I can do whatever I want 바람 따라 터진 cloud 더 자유롭게 we can go 가장 가까운 바다 혼자만의 영화관 그냥 이끌리는 무예로 해도 괜찮으니까 훌쩍 떠나보는 드라이브 두 바 걸어도 좋아 뭐든 발길 닿는 대로 지금 떠나보려 해
Ooh. Very nice, very nice. This was Taeyeon's Weekend. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. This is definitely pulling from that like neutro vibe. This came out 3 years ago, so that would check out. I like this. This was very good. Like I said, a good like neutro funky pop song. I feel like are well within the wheelhouse. I feel like this song definitely plays a lot more to her higher register, which is really interesting. Like, especially given the past couple title tracks, I feel like she's been utilizing a lot more of her range. This one definitely is more in that, like, more, you know, head voice, softer palette, which is good. I definitely feel like this song needs that tonality, so I think it fits really well. I will say this song is really groovy, really catchy. much like a lot of Taeyeon stuff that I've listened to. I feel like the catchiness of the song is really really well put together. I will say probably my favorite part of the song is definitely the bridge. I feel like that's where the most diversity happened in the song. There's a lot of cool like vocal moments, especially again you got that shift in her vocal tone where I think she was using a little bit more of that mid range tone, which was nice, and I think it contrasted well with again her higher register throughout like the choruses and the verses of the song. So I definitely like that little bit of change. I think it's well needed, and definitely made the song feel a little bit more stand out. Um, but yeah, overall, I thought this was very good. Like I said, I think it absolutely gets the job done. Certainly, in terms of things that I've liked from Taeyeon before. But yeah, this one's just like a nice, bright, neutral song, and I think they did a really good job. So, 2 thumbs up. I like this one as well. So, Jazz says this one is so fun. I agree. And Uni got the dancing dinos. Let's go. Let's go. So, very nice. Very nice. We're going to keep it moving here. The next one is Can't Control Myself. So, check it out.
키만 훌쩍 커버린 어른아이 같아 진심이 없는 네 말에 감당하지 못할 감정을 택했잖아 그래 too late 상처를 되돌리기엔 늦어버렸어 미쳤다 해도 뭐 어때 Cause I can't control myself 네 앞에서 모든 게 잘 통제가 안 돼 다 터질 것만 같아 Cause I can't control myself 반복되는 bad days 비참해 바닥난 감정 헛돌기만 해 헐거운 밤지처럼 상관없어 사랑이 다 이럴 텐데 미쳤다 해도 뭐 어때 Cause I can't control myself 네 앞에서 모든 게 잘 통제가 안 돼 다 터질 것만 같아 Cause I can't control myself Feels like heaven, feels like hell 그마저도 I don't care 난 또다시 내게 되돌아갈 텐데 미쳤다 해도 뭐 어때 Cause I can't control myself 네 앞에서 모든 게 잘 통제가 안 돼 다 터질 것만 같아 Cause I can't control myself 네 앞에서 모든 게 잘 통제가 안 돼 다 터질 것만 같아 Cause I can't control myself
Very interesting. All right. This was Taeyeon's Can't Control Myself. Um this one feels I feel like this is her foray into like the emo anthem type songs. You know what I mean? Like it's giving that sort of stylization. And as like I said, like I've probably said multiple times on here, I still listen to a lot of that genre of music, and definitely is pulling a lot from that lane of thought process. But yeah, I thought it was solid. Like I said, this is Taeyeon we're talking about. I feel like vocally this was really solid as well. But yeah, overall, I don't really have like, I'm not really like, oh yeah, this is like, this is like, oh, this is so like, this is like the best Taeyeon song I've heard tonight. I can say that with surety. This is not my favorite of tonight, but I do feel like it is something different in her catalog, and I appreciate the fact that she's willing to do different things, right? Like this, like, this is definitely giving that sort of emo vibe, and I think it works out really well. But I definitely wouldn't say this is amongst the favorites. I just think it is a extremely well written song, and I think Taeyeon does a great performance of it. So, Uni says the intro kind of reminds me of the Pixies. Where is my mind? I'm picking up what you're putting down. I can hear that as well. There's definitely some songs where I was like, I feel like if I did not, like, I feel like this is definitely like one of those songs where I'm like, again, it's a really well put together song, but considering her catalog of music, it's a little difficult to place this one high amongst the rankings unless you have like a personal, like, oh, this is the first Taeyeon song I heard. You know what I mean? So I could resonate with people who like this one, because again, wheelhouse wise, good, but definitely amongst like the middle rankings for me. Sonja says, if you hadn't listened to some of the other songs, this would not be bad. I would agree. I would also counter that and say that I don't think the song is bad. I just think that when you associate yourself with a certain sound over the discography, obviously as an artist, you want to be able to try to do different things and expand your wheelhouse. And, I respect her and I respect the team for doing something different, but it's definitely something where I was just like, I would hope that she doesn't put out songs like this, but if she does, I'll be more than willing to listen to it, because, obviously it's Taeyeon and she's incredible. So, like I said, if this is your favorite, this is not a smear campaign against that. I'm glad you love it. But yeah, I thought this one was, I would say this is solid. That would be my final rating. I think it's, like I said, solid song. So very nice. We're going to keep moving. We're getting into one that I am familiar with. This is IMVU. So check this one out.
Falling in love 너에겐 난 option 시작부터 다른 너와 나 깨지는 heart 빗나간 dimension 익숙하거든. Yeah, I think I lost my mind, but it's my kind of love. 아끼지 않고 다수다니고는 주저앉아 문득 어느 순간 지친 내가 보여 애쓰고 있지만 So I can love you even though I do 밀어내봐도 난 너를 못 이겨 날 버리고 날 잃을수록 넌 반짝이는 irony So I envy you
I forgot how much of a fucking banger this song is. The like little like synthy flute sound in the back is so good too.
기대지만 기대하지도 마
Good timing though, Santa.
그 손길 한 번에 무너지는 날 볼 때 네 기분은 어때? No, no, no. I guess I lost my mind. Yeah, it's my kind of love. 늘 처음인 것처럼 서툴러서도 상처가 나 무뎌지 아파도 못 멈춰. So when you leave, please make it easy. 'Cause I envy you.
Oh, oh, what a fucking banger, man. I'll tell you what. Very cool. This was Taeyeon's I Envy You. I also didn't I don't think okay, so I don't think I've actually seen this MV. I have heard this song before because I know we've covered this before. Um wow. Maybe it was live. Maybe we saw the live version. I can't remember, but I know I've definitely heard the song again before. Um Flawless. This song is so catchy. I also like again, maybe it's just because I didn't watch the MV, but I love how she does like INVU. I think that's how she does like the hand movement. I'm pretty sure. Um, Gungi says, "Am I a terrible person for only thinking this is a song?" So I think there's just something really like there. If listen, it makes sense, Gunky. You're fine. Hopefully, you will not get roasted in the comments. But, I think this song is incredible. I really love like the kind of more again the synth choice was incredible in the song. I think her voice like just floats in the song. There's just something really inherently beautiful about the song that I think her voice just feels extraordinarily good in this song. But I like I said, the chorus of this song is just insanely catchy. Her I think this kind of rides that beautiful line between I feel like she's being a little bit reserved in this song, but also at the same point I feel like she's able to highlight what makes Taeyeon incredible. And there's some like really good like high notes, like obviously her doing a lot of great belting towards the latter half of the song that I feel like really kind of sends the song home in a good way. The bridge is also really just kind of ethereal, really gorgeous, and I love that because I love a good ethereal bridge section, and I feel like she does it super well in the song. Um, but yeah, I think this one's just got a great groove to it. It's very memorable. It's a song that I feel like you can just sing along to. You'll be humming the melody choice, but I think this one was. I think this is amongst the favorites tonight. It's gonna be a little difficult. I don't know if this is my favorite title track, but I would definitely say in my personal music preference and taste, I would probably put this amongst the top 5 easy. Like that's without a doubt. This one is one of those high mark songs for me. So very, very good. And again, if this is not your favorite, I respect your decision, but that it is an interesting choice certainly. So Uni says my favorite title track. Hell yeah, let's go. Kala says this look for her is everything. Big facts. No said back for a banger. Jazz says forgot how beautiful this MV is. Big facts that it was shot super well. And Udi and No Santa was a double team to Gunky. Again, don't beat up Gunky. It's okay. Everybody has their own preferences and their own choices and reasons, So don't be mean. So anyway, we're gonna keep it moving here. These are the ones that I'm familiar with. So again, we can diverge the path and we can listen to some B-sides and then finish off with the Japanese stuff. That's up to you. I've heard the last couple videos. I have listened to the 2X, Heaven we did, Letter to Myself we did. So Stay Voice and Girls Speak Out, I think were the only ones that I didn't listen to because those are Japanese releases. So Gunky wants you're okay. Well, we'll do that first then. if I could spell. I'm not gonna lie, that was like year, like Y-E-Y-Y-E-R, but that's just because I say it a lot to my girlfriend. So anyway, very cool, very cool. All right, let's get into you are. I think is how, if I had to guess, that's how it's pronunciated. So, uh, let's do the English subs. Let's check this one out.
오랫동안 내 마음엔 구름 가득 비가 내려 따스한 햇살 비추길 간절히 바랬죠. 어깨를 적신 빗방울도 마르면 나만 홀로 남겨질까.
No one called you a terrible person.
너무나도 두려웠죠.
Oh wait, never mind. They did. Sorry.
그댄 빛처럼
I backtracked on that one.
비겐 뒤처럼 내 마음에 떠오르죠. 이렇게 Cause you are 내게 내린 빛과 You are 너무 고운 꿈과 일곱 빛으로 온 세상을 더 아름답게 물들여 언제나 Yeah you are 텅빈 푸른 언덕 위에
We all know Gungi well now at this point.
무지개는 지붕이 돼 그 아래 가만히 누워 하늘을 보아요. 세상 가장 평온함과 처음 느낀 설레임 누구보다 사랑스러워. 고개를 돌리면 그대 미소에 나도 몰래 손을 뻗어
Be nice to Gungi.
이렇게 Cause you are 내게 내린 빛과 You are 너무 고운 꿈과 일곱 빛으로 온
I know.
세상을 더 아름답게 물들여 언제나 Yeah you are 내 창을 적신 비가 그치면 Under the rainbow 그대 기다리겠죠. 차마는 하지 못했던 얘기 못했던 그 모든 비밀 오늘은 전하고 싶어.
Oh,
You
a keychain.
are 항상 나의 곁에
Oh yeah, give me that.
여린 내 맘속에 더 눈부시게 아름답게 온 밤하늘을 채우는 You're my star Yeah you are
Those harmonies at the end. Great shit.
You
That little bit of vibrato at the end is so gorgeous. Nice.
You are
Wow. What a great song. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oop, I went into full screen. Didn't mean to do that. All right. This was Taeyeon's You Are. Thanks for recommending this B-side, Gunky. Great stuff. I would expect the ballads from you. Feel like it's, appropriate, but this was great. I definitely loved, again, her voice is so incredible. I'll keep saying it multiple times because I feel like it's just so true. But, I love this sort of anthemic nature about the song. There's just something about like how the song kind of builds and grows as it goes. And I just feel like it just works out so beautifully. So I definitely like this one a lot for that reason. Again, it almost feels like you're kind of climbing a mountain, as well as kind of like that. It's kind of got a take you to church feel, little gospel choir sort of ending to the song. So really good, really just again incredible talent. Certainly, I feel like a ballad like this is very representative of obviously what is Taeyeon is capable of. So very, very nice. I like this. This was a 2 thumbs upper for me. Gunky says the other ballad I love from here is All About You from Hotel de Luna. Ooh, that again also checks out as well too. Nosan says, how many do you want? In terms of songs, well, I'm trying to see. We had how many? We had 3 songs right left on that playlist. 3 songs of her Korean stuff. So, I mean, if you got like 3 or 4, I'm not gonna be too beat up. I'll keep the playlist up so I don't lose track of where I'm at here. But yeah, probably like a couple 3 or 4. That's good. We can do that. We can do Gravity, Blue, and ending credits. That's fine. No problem. And then we'll jump back over for the 3 Japanese songs and call it a stream. So, all right, cool. I'll get we'll get Gravity pulled up next. I'll go in order. All right. Let's check out Gravity first. Let's give it a listen. You got it. No problem. Make sure it's complete.
온기 없는 어둠 속을 유영하듯 헤매여 손을 내밀어도 결국 돌아오는 공허함 반복된 상처에 굳게 또 맘을 잠그고 나 홀로 견디고 그 순간 마주친 넌 따스한 느낌 틈 사이로 어루만진 포근한 손길
You're all good, Sonja. Appreciate hanging.
익숙했던 감정 익숙했던 지난 날넌 아무것도 묻지 않고 내 나의 곁을 지켰어 길었던 시간들 지나 결국엔 너였어 이대로 날아나 멀게만 느껴졌던 다정한 온기 나 지금은 너로 인해 느낄 수 있어 위태롭던 내게 넌 gravity 방황하던 날 강렬하게 이끈 힘 외로운 시간들을 지나 드디어 제자리를 찾아
my god, what the hell? There's so much extra shit on at the end of the song. All right, very nice, very nice. This was Taeyeon's Gravity. For a couple B-sides. He's doing a couple B-sides, which is fun. No Santa says that this one is kind of a fan song. Oh, interesting. I thought this was really nice. I think this one has just a good flow rhythm to it that I appreciate. I like that this song, more specifically Taeyeon's vocals, have like this really interesting, like, more, I guess it's not interesting, but just like a cool usage of like reverb. I think she has like this cool space to her voice in this song that I really like. So appreciate that a ton. As well as that, I think the chorus is definitely really good as well too, really memorable. I like that this one doesn't really have a lot of like crazy instrumentals going on. It's got like really good dynamic drums in it. Again, very reverb drenched, but works out really well for the dynamics of the song. The piano is really gorgeous in this track as well too. I think it's very complimentary to Taeyeon, of course. But yeah, I like this one a lot, and I think, you know, again, this kind of goes to a similar statement that I made about one of her previous songs in the playlist. Is just like, I love the unadulterated portion of what she does, where it's like, again, you could just have you could just have more of an honest appreciation for her vocals, and there isn't much for her to hide behind. And not that she needs that. I think she is very capable of making a song very good with just her voice and like a few instrumentation, but as well as that, having songs that are really good that have like good instrumentation as well. I think there's just such a good like yin and yang to that she's good with those types of songs and vice versa. So I definitely like this one a lot. This is a fantastic fan song. I would imagine she still performs this if she does do like solo tours or not. I don't know when the last time she toured, but yeah, this was another phenomenal one. So not really surprised. Gunky says, I'm excited for ending credits. It does look like you as well as Eunhee are, so I'm excited to listen to it since I'm not familiar. So Sondra says, I'm at a friend's house and her Wi-Fi is not the best, so I keep popping in and out. That is no problem, Sondra. Appreciate you being here and toughing it out. So Noah Santa says, honestly, I could throw up like 10 plus songs here, maybe an album stream sometime. Yeah, I would definitely be able to do it. I've probably listened to a majority of her new stuff in full. I think the last one was like the last one I didn't listen to, which I probably should have, was if INVU was on a full, like a mini album or like a full release. That would probably be one album I'd like to check out, since I liked INVU. So and it looks like she toured last month in a solo. Okay, so she's still doing it kind of more recently, so that's good to hear. All right, we'll move on to the next one on the B-side list here. It looks like the next one is Blue, so check that one out, and then ending credit will be the last one of the B-sides before the Japanese stuff. So let's check out Blue.
하얀 밤 아름답지만 또 차가운 밤 오늘 한 번만 다시 눈 맞춰줘 나를 좀 더 푸르게 번져가던 맘이 어느새 시들어버린 향기가 된 채 불러도 대답 없는 네 이름이 메아리처럼 울려. 넌 나의 blue 늘 그랬듯이 넌 나의 blue 그리움만 가득 채워 번져도 아름다워 사랑이라는 말 너를 닮은 그 말 여전해 나의 하루는 너로 가득한 미로 아름다워 사랑이라는 말 너를 닮은 그 말 사랑이라는 말 닿지 못할 그 말 잊을 수가 없는 온기 따스하던 그 기억에 올까 난 아직도 겁나 애써 괜찮은 척 안 되잖아 난 여전히 겁나 넌 나만의 blue 늘 그랬듯이 넌 나만의 blue 넌 나의 blue 넌 나의 blue yeah. 사랑이라는 말 너를 닮은 그 말 사랑이라는 말 닿지 못할 그 말 지나간 마음이란 건 잡을 수 없어
Very nice. All right, this was Taeyeon's Blue. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. This was also really good. I think I would probably put this in a similar category to that of Gravity. I really like this one in terms of just the nature of you just could hear her vocals with like some really gorgeous piano. I think this one very similarly styled, but like not in a bad way. Like I could definitely separate the two songs in that aspect, but I really like that there was a lot more like vocal effects going on, like a lot of like more like I appreciate the way they stylized her vocals, and I don't know when Blue came out comparatively to Gravity, to obviously other songs as well. Like I think I would have to kind of put a metric on all of them, but I thought this was nice. Again, very well equipped. I think there's a lot of cool like melody choices. I love the little counterbalance between her doing like some really sick nice vocal parts and then having it relayed back. I thought that was fun. But yeah, this one feels very clean. That's probably about the best adjective I could describe it. It's just really, really, really well put together. So I also enjoyed this one a lot. Another really good kind of like ballad-ish type song. So really cool. Someone just says, I like this one. Ooh, nice. Okay. No Santa says she hates being away in regards to touring. She hates being away from home, so she said she'll never do an overseas tour. Oof. I was gonna say, I bet you she sounds amazing live. That's why it hurts. I don't know if Girls' Generation's ever made it over here to the States or not, but I feel like if you were a K-pop fan and you got to see Girls' Generation here in the States, I'm sure that's a bucket list thing that I'm sure most people would be upset about if they knew. So it makes sense, but very nice, very nice. I would love to see them. I think that's like one of those groups. I'm sure there's bucket list groups, K groups that people would like to see. I feel like Girls' Generation would be a fantastic artist to see, fantastic group of artists to see live. So not be surprised, but all right, cool. We are going to do ending credits, which seems to be the most hyped one. So excited to listen to this one. This seems to be the vibe, and it is off the IMVU release. So very nice. Knows as she said, so come to. Hey, listen, you don't have to ask me twice. I would love to go to Korea. If it wasn't so goddamn expensive to get out there, then I would do it. But maybe someday. But we're gonna keep it moving. The next one is ending credits. So let's check it out.
긴 여운 속에서 멍하니 난 스쳐진 나는 시간을 흘려보내 그 누구도 없는 이 극장 안에 난 계속 남아 자리를 지켰지 수없이 반복한 영화 속에 참 오래 울고 또 있었지 하지만 덤덤한 나를 보니 이제 완전히 다 끝인 것 같아 기나긴 엔딩에 가슴이 저릿해 흐린 불빛에 널 다시 추억해 난 믿었어 우리가 함께 ending credits
Ooh.
ending credits
Wow.
the credits 결국 너 없이 남겨진 내 이름 ending credits ending credits the credits 깊은 어둠 속 새겨진 내 이름 ending credits 막이 내린 뒤로
Well, I like he goes back. That's cool.
어떤 인사도 하지 못해 빛이 바랜 스틸 컷에 남겨둔 채 이제 영원히 널 보내주려 해 완벽한 엔딩에 텅 빈 듯 아련해 꺼진 조명에 마음을 비워내 난 믿었어 우리가 함께 ending credits ending credits
This chorus is fantastic.
the credits 결국 너 없이 남겨진 내 이름 ending credits ending credits the credits 온난다에 사랑했던 지난 시간은 잊고 난 이제 떠난 내 이야기를 다시 찾으러 넌 너의 자리에 있어 행복하기를 바래 우리 마침내 맞이한 끝처럼 ending credits ending credits the credits 아주 긴 시간 함께한 우리의 ending credits ending credits the credits 이제 새롭게 시작될 나만의 ending credits
Very cool. All right. This was Taeyeon's ending credits. If you're hanging out, thanks for hanging. Let's see what we got. Uni says this was used for Queendom 2, which Taeyeon was the MC for during, you guessed it, the ending credits. Oh, that's awesome. This feels very ending credits worthy, so not really surprised by that. Noah Santa says this whole album is solid. Gotta remember to suggest it. Hey, do it up, do it up. Gungi says this song is great, and Uni says my speakers are turned up way too loud, and I'm fully enveloped in the synth. Hey, let's go, let's go. Gungi says I personally like this a lot more than the title track of this album, but you're really doubling down on that. I listen. Everyone has their preferences, so I respect your choice for that. This song is incredible. Like I said, it feels very end of release. But I feel like realistically it could be end of anything, and I feel like it would be very representative of that closing out. But I like this a lot. I think there's something really beautiful about like the way that the song starts out in the verses. I love the build up to get into that final chorus, like the choruses in general, more specifically, again, that final chorus as well. But just like in general, I think they did a great job of really building the momentum in the song. And I really like that. And the payoff in that chorus is just awesome. I love the synth choice. It's got this kind of droney feel to it, but like in such a good way. And like the way that Taeyeon's vocals kind of pop in and out of that, like post chorus I think is really good, and I could imagine dynamically windows rolled down and like a nice not hot summer day you could be blaring this song. It would just have it would just be hidden. But I definitely like this one a lot. I will have to check out this whole release because I obviously love IMVU and I love this song as well too. So I feel like it might cover the spectrum of songs that I've liked from Taeyeon so far. But yeah, this was incredible. Great closing song for the album, I would imagine. So makes sense why it's called Ending Credits. So great job. No cynicism awareness is the first step to recovery. And Gungi says, as Sarah would say, I have weird taste. I mean, hey, listen, everyone's got their own personal vendettas and choices. Who's to say who's better than who's, So very nice, very nice. All right. Well, we're going to move into the final three, which are the Japanese releases. If you're watching this on YouTube, these are most likely going to be cut out. So if you want to check them out, the Patreon is always linked in the description, and they will be on that video. So go check those out. But the first one of the three is Stay. So let's check it out. Come join it. Just, oh God. Glad you've come to the light, no Santa. Ooh, nice melody change. Nice, 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 nice. Very cool. And we got a little car montage here at the end. Very cool. All right, this was Taeyeon's Stay from their Japanese material. Very cool. Um, I like this. This was definitely a different change of pace, but I feel like it's still very true to Taeyeon's musical prowess. So I definitely like this a lot. I always am curious to see, I guess, and this maybe is more of a collective commentary on like K-pop as a collective, but I'm always very curious to see how well like groups Japanese material does comparatively to like Korean material. And that's not to say one's better than the other certainly, but I am curious to see like like if there is obviously a following for like Taeyeon's Japanese material versus obviously there's a much larger catalog in terms of for Korean material, but I don't know if people like have like a look out for again the Japanese material or not from specific artists, but I thought this was very good. I definitely feel like she's vocally this was another really solid song from her. I think she definitely had some moments where she was doing like a little bit of vocal pop off, which was fun. Obviously, I'm very curious to see the other two and see how far she kind of pushes her vocals. But this one has more of an interesting sort of like, I would argue a little bit more of a band feel. And this was pretty earlier on, 6 years ago. So it's not, not terribly old, but obviously old in terms of her discography. But I was trying to kind of place it around where where the songs were released in terms of that. But overall, I thought this wasn't, I thought this wasn't too bad of a song. It was pretty good. Notice it says, I don't know about her stuff personally, but the Girls' Generation's Japanese discography is huge, and they might be even bigger in Japan than they were in Korea. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's interesting. That's interesting. Like I said, I'm always very curious to see how well the Japanese material does, because it is unique. So, very similarly to Stray Kids, who I saw, I don't really listen to much of their Japanese material, which isn't to say it's not good. It's just like, I feel like, again, some of the, like the Korean stuff, I'm just like, damn, this is so good. So very interesting. Sondra says some K artists do better than others in Japan. Don't know enough about her. Fair enough, Sondra. But I appreciate the info. Much needed for sure. So very nice. We're gonna keep it moving with more of Taeyeon's Japanese stuff, and this is her next song, A Voice. So let's check it out.
All the voices in my heart 내가 가나온 너なら一目でいいからあなたは今どこにいますか誰一人いない街を影を追いながら歩くの止まることなどできない辛くてもHere we go, here we go 声がするの問いかけても答えのない voice 儚くてかすかで消えそうな All the voices in my heart 消えない声が
Great chorus.
幾度こ我慢したあなたは今どこにいますか You're always in my heart 耳を澄ませばあなたの声がまだ私には頼りなの愛が Your voice どこにいますか You hear me call 新しい日を見ると追い詰められそうになるの逃げるように走る辛くてもHere we go, here we go あの声が背中を押してくれるからだから歩いてこれたんだだから歩いてこれた All the voices in my heart 消えない声が幾度と我慢したあなたは今どこに voices in my heart あなたの声がもう一度だけでも聞けるのならどうか教えて All the voices in my heart 願い叶うなら一目でいいからあなたは今どこにいますかどこにいますかあなたは今どこにいますか
All right, very cool. This was Taeyeon's voice from her Japanese material. This one, again, I'm gonna wait to hold my judgment, but I will say I probably think this one is my favorite so far. I know we were only listening to 3, but just that chorus, man, alone, I think was absolutely phenomenal. I love how catchy it is. It just has a good statement to the song, and I think it, is extremely well represented. I also thought the bridge was very fun in this track as well too. I think that combination again between that second chorus bridge into the final chorus, I think did wonders for the song. So I definitely appreciate that a ton. Great energy to the track. But yeah, overall, I thought this one was definitely the most catchiest Japanese song that we've heard tonight. I know we've only listened to one prior to this, but we're gonna get into the next one very soon. But yeah, overall, I thought this one was definitely more my pace, and I loved her vocals. The stacking of her vocals were really fun as well too. But just like there are so many insanely good vocal moments in this song that I think there's definitely a little bit of questionable moments in the MV, but I do feel like, listen, I come here for the music first and foremost, so I feel like in terms of that, I feel like her voice absolutely was stunning in this track. So great stuff. Noah says love this MV. Uni says looks like it was inspired by Jamiroquai's Virtual Insanity MV. That would make sense. I could see that. Noah says ignore the bad cyborg animation. Gunky says her as an android robot or whatever was creepy. I definitely get that 100%. Sandra says, yeah, but could do without the cyborg. Just close your eyes and enjoy her gorgeous vocals. Big facts. And then Noah Santa says, I'm not sure what they were trying to say. I also did not know exactly what they were saying either. So, but very nice. We're going to move on to the final one of Taeyeon. This one is Girls Speak Out. And it's featuring someone, which, again, can't read Japanese. But if you know who it is, let us know. So, check it out. Still doesn't tell me. Sorry.
Come on, girls. This is our generation. 一度きりのショータイム真ん中のリップスティックはキスやハグのためじゃない強くなる
찬미.
堂々と歩くはティラビルはビトに
Is it actually Chamina? Oh shit, that's awesome. The queen.
Hey girls, let's speak out and hands up and stand up. So 世界はこの手の中望み通り Hey girls, breathe it out and wake up and look up 願いはこの声で叶えさせて Girls, speak it loud Speak it loud Speak it loud Come on girls Girls, speak it loud Speak it loud Speak it loud Come on girls ラジオから流れてきた懐かしいあの歌が涙拭って前を向いて問いかけてる On my way 私の未来は今ポケット誰もいないキラキラのマイオンレイン会いたか した痛みが時を動かすから Hey girls, let's speak out and hands up and stand up So 世界はこの手の中望み通り Hey girls, brave it out and wake up and look up 願いはこの声で叶えさせて一人きり数える星輝くことが怖くなってももう一度また君の光になればそう願って声をたどってバットのスピードで泣くんだったら世界の中心で叫んでやったこの世で本当に怖いのは誰かしら Girl speak it out Hey girls let's speak out and hands up and stand up 世界はこの手の中望み通り Like a show Hey girls breathe it out and wake up and look up 願いはこの声で叶え Girl speak it loud Speak it loud Speak it loud Come on girl Speak it loud Speak it loud Speak it loud Come on girls Come on girls
Very nice. Awesome. All right. This was Girls Speak Out by Taeyeon featuring Chanmina. Very nice. To close out the Taeyeon deep dive. I thought this was very good. I definitely love the more like poppier aspect of it. I agree with Sonja entirely. Really, really good. I think the chorus is definitely catchy in the song, as well. So appreciate that. The Chanmina feature was very interesting. I do like it. At first, I was like, is she gonna really fit in the song? But just given the other Chanmina songs that I've heard before, I know what she is capable of doing. So I was a little concerned, I guess, in terms of what she was going to bring to the table. But I definitely feel like she fit the MO for this song. I liked her little bit of rap section in the beginning, closer to the beginning of the song. But I also really loved her vocals. I mean, she's an incredible vocalist as well. And I think she was doing some pretty good ad libs along with Taeyeon closer to the end of the song, which was really nice. So I think the song kind of came more full circle at the end. But yeah, I thought this had a really nice, fun groove to it. Good song, very bright. Even though the MV was like, a little goofy, I think it was good. But yeah, overall, I like this one a lot. I still think voice is just slightly edges it out for me in terms of the Japanese releases. I just thought it was just so good from first jump, where I feel like this one would probably, I feel like this one would be like a slow burn, so good stuff. Everyone was saying the Chanmina is the name, so very cool. I think favorites, that one's gonna be tough. And like I said, out of the Japanese stuff, voice seems to be the standout for me. I'm just gonna rattle off some of the ones I really liked. I did like I, so I'll probably put I on that list. We'll do I, Starlight, Fine. This is tough. Fine. 4 Seasons. What Do I Call You? I Envy You, and then I'll probably put 2X is amongst my favorites. I'd say honorable mention would most likely be I'll put This Christmas as an honorable. I feel like that would be the vibe here. So great choice, No Santa. Thank you for putting the playlist together. Much love. Appreciate it. The bullying worked. So good vibes. No Santa says, all right, now I can go back to suggestion hibernation for another 4 months. I think well, you got there is some on here that you suggested that we got to do. So I'm sure at some point we'll get around to everybody's suggestion. I would like my goal, at least for the rest of the year, is to get a suggestion from one person in Discord and do it. You know what I mean? Like people that are constantly chatting in Discord, I would like to try to do one of their suggested groups, outside of the obvious, like if you get the 100,000 channel points, I would like to try to do what I can. So, but yes, thank you, No Santa, for pressing it. Very cool. But yeah, I would love to give the Discord some more love, considering y'all come through all the time. So, Sonja, let me know. Uni, I already know you got one cooking. So, like how you said, that's so generous of you. Listen, I gotta show love. If listen, I do this because I love doing it, and I feel like my appreciation is showing appreciation for other people that showed me the love. So I gotta do it. Listen, I'm down to do JY Poppy. I was not the hater on the JY Poppy train, so I'll be down to do some JY Poppy. That's not. I have no qualms about that. So I know he's got some bangers. I am not stupid. So no, Santa says next Monday confirmed. I mean, if y'all want to see JY Poppy next Monday, I mean we could potentially do it next Monday. So but yeah, that's the vibe. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling. Yeah, I don't know what we're doing, but we'll figure it out as we always do. If you are watching this and you made it all the way to the end, come join Discord. It'd be really sick. Would love to see you in Discord. That is where I post the most. I feel like I kind of have been stagnant on the YouTube stuff, but I will be getting back to posting more stuff. But I think Patreon's pretty much up to date in terms of posting. So very cool, very cool. Gunky says, who do we need to talk to creating a list? I was going to say, Kaylee has the list of who we've already done. I don't know if I think maybe they also made a list for future dives as well. So if not, I can always make one, and that shouldn't be a problem for me either. So if you have some suggestions, maybe I'll just make a sheets thing for people to put their suggestions in. So Uni says, I think it's all in the Google Doc that's pinned in fam. I was gonna say it's pinned in fam page, I'm pretty sure. So very cool, very cool. Yeah, nothing else. We'll see y'all on that. I think Saturday I might be streaming for a little bit. I have to see. I'm pretty sure my partner is working Saturday, so I will be free. But the following weekend for 4th of July, I will not be free. So I will keep y'all posted on Saturday's engagement. Maybe we'll do something Saturday. So very cool. Your boy has to go to sleep. No Santa, again, thanks so much for putting the playlist together and pushing me to do Taeyeon. It was incredible. So, very cool. We'll see y'all. Gungi says you only stream on Saturdays when I'm sorry. Hey, listen. I go based off of my partner. I want to obviously spend as much time with, her as possible. So, I try to do a good mix of if she's at work, I'm going to try to stream. So, that's the vibe. Sonja, thank you for hanging. Appreciate it. We'll see y'all on Saturday or Monday. So appreciate it. Thank y'all. And if you have recommendations, please leave them. Be really sick. So talk to you guys soon. Peace.